In this video lecture, we will discuss how to simulate unipolar, bipolar and three-phase sine PWM technique in MATLAB. Right. So first we'll start with bipolar sine PWM technique for single phase inverter. So let us construct an H-bridge based single phase inverter. So for that you require 4 switching devices. Right. So I'm using this from and go to tags to give the firing signals. Right. So this is one phase leg. Right. So I need to duplicate this one. Right. So we need to form an H bridge. And you require a DC source for this. A DC source is connected like this. Right. So we need to connect a load. A single phase load is required. So I took a single phase RLC branch. I took a single phase RLC branch. So in MATLAB, similarly, there is single phase RLC load is also available, right? So when you select that, you need to give the voltage and its kVA and MVA ratings, right? So therefore, for easiness, so we need to consider this single phase single phase RLC branch, right? So this is AC, right? We need to connect like this. So once this is done, right, also need to measure this voltage across the load. So for that you may require a voltmeter. So this is voltmeter. So I'm measuring the voltage across this load. And you need to connect a scope. Scope is required. Right. So this is scope. Since we are implementing a bipolar sine PWM technique, right? So here the opposite signals have same firing signals, right? So that means this switch and this switch has firing signal of S1. So whereas for this switch, so you have the firing signal. So this is S2 and this is also S2. Clear? So next we need to develop the firing scheme for this. We need to develop the firing scheme. For that, you require a sine wave and a repeating sequence which generate a triangle carrier of some frequency, right? So I considered a sine wave here. So by opening this dialog box, right? So we need to select time based in sine type, and you have to use a simulation time, right? And you have to specify the amplitude. That should be amplitude modulation index, MA. You need to specify this MA, right? And this is the frequency of modulating signal. This is the frequency of modulating signal. So you need to consider 2 pi f, right? So that is 2 pi f. So here it is asking in radians per second, right? If you consider a 50 Hz signal, so that is omega, that is 2 pi f, that is 2 pi into 50. So this is the phase angle we need to produce, we need to provide in radians, right? Since see, this is only one waveform, so there is no phase angle is required. So therefore I simply kept 0. So the sine wave is generated, right? So next we need to generate this repeating sequence. Either you can consider a triangle carrier, or else you can directly generate this one by storing their values. So here in this I am generating a carrier signal of some frequency FCR, right? So here the carrier is changing from -1 to 1 at the off of the period and 1 to -1 in the rest of the off, right? So in one cycle, starting value is 0, right? The time starting value is 0, and the value of this 1, and once the cycle is it will reach to minus 1, right? So this is a 3-pointer storage. Similarly, you can store a 5-pointer storage. So that means 0 period, 1/4 of 1 carrier cycle, 1 second, 1 second of means half of carrier cycle, 3/4 carrier cycle, and 1 full carrier cycle, right? So for that, appropriate values you need to substitute. So this is a triangle carrier is generated with FCR frequency, right? So we need to externally input this MA and FCR from this MATLAB dialog box, right? So MA, so I just consider as 0.95, and FCR, that is the carrier frequency, you may consider 10 kilohertz or 5 kilohertz. So in this case, I consider 1 kilohertz. So once this is done, right? So these two carriers we need to compare by using a comparator. So this is modulating signal, and this is corresponding carrier signal, right? So this comparison will gives you the firing signal for the opposite switches, that is S1, right? So NOT gate of this one will generate the firing signal for the other diagonal signals, means other diagonal IGBTs. So this is S1, right? So by using a NOT gate, right? So we'll generate the firing signal for the S2, right? So this is completed. Here, this is completed. So we will run this one. So there are some errors are there, so we need to check this. So you require a power guide block, right? So power guide block is required, right? I'm borrowing it from some other file. So this is must when you simulate these power electronic or power system related files. So this is running now. So I just reduced the time period to the period of simulation to 0.5. So now we can stop this, and we can see the output voltage, right? So I have given the DC source as 200 volts. So therefore the output voltage is changing from plus 200 to minus 200. The output voltage is changing from plus 200 to minus 200. Since it's a bipolar, the output is changes like that only, right? And the next thing is, so we need to check its harmonic spectrum, right? So for that, you go to the scope. So if you want to check this harmonic spectrum, we need to store all the variables, all the these individual points, so that we can see the harmonic spectrum. So you just, there is a wheel is there, right? You just go to the settings of the scope. So this is settings for the scope. So there are several tabs are there: general, history, and style. So go to history. So go to history. Right. So history, first we need to uncheck this limit data points to last. So we need to uncheck this one, and save data to workspace. We need to select this one. Save data to workspace. We need to select. Right. So once this is done, we need to give a variable for this one, right? So this waveform is for the voltage across. For example, this is the voltage, this is the phase voltage, right? Since it is a single phase, it gives you the phase voltage. So this is V phase, and the format we need to select structure with time, right? So once this is done, it is simple. So just go to settings of the scope and go to history, and first uncheck this limit data points to last, right? First uncheck the first one and check the second one, that is save data to workspace, and give a variable, means a variable name, a suitable name for that scope is given. Maybe it may be line voltage, phase voltage, line current, or phase current, and you need to store with structure with time. you need to, there are several options are there, array, structure, right? But we have to choose structure with time. So once this is done, you need to re-simulate this. So we need to run this again. Okay. So once this is done, so we go to this power guy. So we go to this FFT analysis block. So in this FFT analysis block, whatever so constructor, right, that is available. So here on the right hand side, we need to choose this V phase, right? If yes, components are that all the, if the scope is having 2, 3, another scopes are there, so that is available here, right? So here, if you do this FFT settings on this right hand side, so first one is start time, so that is showing 0.01, right? The start time is initially, in general, we need to neglect this one, right? So it should not be, it is not good idea to start from 0. You can sum up the transient the waveform. So you may consider 0.1. So generally for measuring the THD, you need to consider at least 3 to 10 cycles. So number of cycles, fundamental frequency, right? So we need to choose the frequency of the modulating signal. So here I consider 50 Hz. So therefore the frequency, so maximum frequency. So at what maximum frequency you want to see the harmonic spectrum, so that is right. So next one. So this is the harmonic spectrum. You can see here, right? So this is the harmonic order. Either this plot where is in the terms of harmonic order, and it making me change it to harmonic frequency. So now it is showing it in the frequency form, right? So here I consider 1000 kilohertz, right? That is 1 kilohertz is the harmonic is the carrier frequency. So therefore the harmonic is available to MF, right? So that corresponding to 20. You have sideband harmonics at MF plus or minus 2 and MF plus, that is MF plus or minus 2. So that means you have harmonic at 18 and you have harmonic at 20, right? Similarly at 2 MF there is no harmonics, but around 2 MF, that is 2 MF plus or minus 1 and plus or minus 3, you have some harmonics, right? So here you can observe that the THD is around 110.29 and the fundamental output voltage is around 190 volts. Clear? So this is how to see the harmonic spectrum in case of this bipolar case, right? So now we will move to unipolar sine PWM for single phase. So unipolar is also based on this one, right? So simply copy this one. So paste it here. Right. So in case of unipolar, you require one modulating signal, two carriers, or two modulating signal, one carrier. Right. So this is one carrier and modulating signal comparison. You require one more. So just copy paste this. Right. So here, in this case, I just consider one modulating signal and two carriers, right? So one modulating signal means this is no longer required. So just connect this one, right? So here this carrier signal must be in phase opposition, right? So this is varying from -1, 1, 2, and -1. So therefore, this one should be vary from 1, -1, and 1, right? You can see that, right? It is in the form of M, and the bottom one is in the form of W. It's clear? So now we need to give these firing signals, right? So here, this A phase leg, if you assume this is B phase leg, so A phase leg is controlled by this one, and B phase leg is controlled by this bottom modulating signal and carrier comparison, right? So here, so this is S1, S2, right? This is the signals that we will give, right? So this is S1, or take, we'll change this one. So maybe you can use Q1. This is Q2. So you may use this is Q3, and this is Q4. So that means Q1, Q4 are controlled by this one. So this is Q1, and this is Q4. Right. So it will form in the shape U, right? So that means Q1, Q4, right? And the second modulating signal that is controlled by Q2, Q3. So that means it is a U shape. So that is Q1, Q4, Q2, Q3. So now this is Q2, and this is Q3. Right. So everything is done, right? So now we will label this one. Already copied this from the same, right? So this is unipolar, whereas this one, this is corresponding to bipolar. We change this one as bipolar. Bipolar. Clear? So once this is done, so we'll run this again. You can see the output, right? So which is varying from minus 200. The output is varying from plus 200 to minus 200. Polar output voltage, so that is obtained. So you can also hit how. So this is earlier case. That is what we using this bipolar and unipolar, right? So this is unipolar case. So the same frequency, 1000 Hz, right? So here you can see that the harmonics are appearing at 2mf, 2mf plus or minus 1, plus or minus 3, and plus or minus 5. And earlier case, if you compare this one with by THD is around 110.29. So now it is reduced to almost 50% reduction THD is, so because the harmonic spectrum reduction spectrum is moved to the higher side. So all these lower order harmonics around 20 Hz are so now disappeared. You can see that a spectrum. So since it is for 4000 Hz, right? You can extend this one by substituting the maximum frequency. I just changed the maximum frequency to 6000. So now you can see this. So here harmonics is 40, 80, and again you have harmonics at 120. So the harmonics are centered at around these values. So one more thing you can notice that in case of this bipolar, since we are considered equal to 20, so that is even number. So therefore harmonic spectrum contains, you have this is corresponding to 20, you have lower order harmonic at 18, 22, right? So we can change this one considering this as some even number, right? So 1000 Hz, the nearest even number may be, you can select 1000. So this is corresponding to MF equal to 21. So we'll run this again. So the harmonic spectrum is shifted by slightly. Right? So earlier, the sidebands are appeared at 20, right. So now it is changed to 21. So therefore, lower order harmonics is that is 19, and that is 23. Right. Similarly, at around 42, so there is no harmonics, but 41 and 43 you have harmonics. Right. So likewise, if you select in case of bipolar, so all the even order harmonics are eliminated. In case of unipolar, it might be anything, right? It may be even number or odd number. So this is about unipolar sine PWM. And now we'll move on to three phase. Here's this one. In case of three phase, we require three phase leg. In case of three phase, you require three phase leg. So I'm duplicating this one. Right. I'm duplicating here. Slightly increase this. Yes, right. Here for three phase load, right? So I'm considering a three phase branch. So this is a three phase branch. So this is A phase, we are connected to B phase, and we are connected to C phase, right? So if you want star connection, right? So we need to connect this ABC on the other side, right? So here, these ABC points are right. So we need to short means to produce a star connection, right? The end point, if you want a grounded star, you need to connect to a ground. So you require a ground. Connected here, right? Phase, you need to measure this line voltages are important, right? For three phase, right? So here, this is one. I'm measuring. Just so I'm measuring voltage between A and B, right? B and C. And C, right? C for three strokes, right? Change it to three. You can now connect this one. Connect this one. Clear. So you can see the labels for this one, right? If this is three phase. Line voltages, right? You can also, if you want, you can also measure the phase voltages, right? So phase voltages. So here, this is phase voltages are same. So this is connected to A phase, and this is connected to B phase, and this is connected to C phase. And the other side, so that is connected to some right, so that this load neutral and this voltmeter other side, so both are at same potential. Again, can give it here. Change the pattern here. So earlier it is phase line, right? Phase. And I will run this again. No, for this we need to give the firing signals, right? I just delete this one time being. So in case of phase, you require 3 modulating signals. In case of 3 phase, you get 3 modulating signals and 1 carrier. Before we properly label this one, S is already used, right? So I maybe use some other D1, right? So this is D3 and this is D5, D4, D6, and this is D2, right? You require one modulating signal, so 3 modulating signal and 1 carrier. This is so correspond to B phase. So you have something like this. Similarly for C phase, you need to copy it again. This is for C phase. Right. Okay. Since you require only 1 carrier, right? So let us delete this. So already we are generating this one, right? So we have to reuse that one. So if it is same thing, right? So unnecessarily don't generate, so that will increase the computation burden. Right? So whatever there earlier, right? So just to reuse it. So here this is corresponding to modulating signal for A phase, right? So if you assume this is MES sine omega, so for B phase it is MES minus 120 degrees. So that means it is shifted by 120 degrees. So therefore, in this radius, in this phase, so we need to shift this one. So that means minus 2 pi by 3, that is corresponding to 2, right? So this 2 star pi divided by 3. It is minus 2 pi by 3. And this is minus 4 pi by 3. So here this A phase is controlled by A phase. This is D1, right? D4. Similarly, this is D, that is B phase upper and bottom. This is D4, not D4, D6. And this is D5, and the bottom switch C phase is D2. So now everything is completed. Now run this. So let us see this phase voltage, right? So the top one is A phase, B phase, C phase, right? If you notice that you can see that there 120 degrees is displayed, A phase, B phase, and C phase, right? This A phase, B phase, and C phase. Okay. You can also see that the output voltage from 200 to minus 200. So this is corresponding to load phase voltage. So minus corresponding to so minus VDC by 3 plus VDC by 3 and plus 2 VDC by 3, and you have minus VDC by 3 and minus 2 VDC by 3. So in general, for three phase, right, three phase two level, so this phase, so only we are more concerned about the line voltage. So these are the line voltages of three phase, which are changing from select. So this is three phase line voltages, right? So this is its harmonics. So here we consider MF equal to 21, right? So here we consider MF equal to 21. So you can notice that. So this is input, that is A phase, this is B phase, and this is C phase. B phase and C phase. You can harmonic spectrum. You can observe that at MF, so there is no harmonics. So only you have harmonics at side bands of MF. Right. So here we consider that MF is a multiple of 3. Okay. So is a means divisible of 3. We consider 21. So there it is a synchronous PWM. So normally for three phase, MF should be odd and divisible by 3 if you want a synchronous PWM. That means A phase modulating signal, B phase modulating signal, and C phase modulating signal all are in phase with the carrier signal. That means their starting points of all these are same. So when you have this, so in that case, all that means lower order harmonics not generate any harmonics, right? You can see that. So there is no harmonics here. So for the same thing, you can observe that you can give some MF, maybe give some value, maybe you can give 950. 950 is corresponding to 900. So you can run this. This is corresponding to 950, right? So you may still reduce that. Give 550. You can see that the harmonic spectrum is shifted and some are undesired harmonics, so that may be appear. So all these things you can see. So you can see that some undesired harmonics, it may be appearing here, right? So here also you have some undesired harmonics. So there is A phase, and you can see it in B phase. Okay. So this is how we'll simulate a three phase. So this is how we will simulate a three phase by using sine PWM technique. Right. So if you want to observe that, right? So if you want to see that we know that PW a fundamental frequency of so that output voltage is 61.2% line voltage, right? Okay. So we have given, so MF, that is MF, MA is corresponding to 1. So give MA corresponding to 1. So I have given MA equal to 1. Right. And we'll see how. So that will give. Just increase this maximum frequency. So here you can see that, so in display style, you can see that the bar relative to fundamental, you can also list relative to fundamental. So it will list out all the harmonics, right? It will list out all the harmonics, right? So it is listing out all the harmonics, right? You can see that. See that it is listing out all the harmonics, right? So this is here you can see that this fundamental, right? If you zoom this one, right? The sampling time is 190 samples per second is 20,000, right? So DC component is something 1.137 into e to the power minus 0.6, right? That is almost fundamental component important, right? So here it the fundamental component, so that is showing 173.2, that is peak value. So that is its RMS value is, it is also showing, right, 122.5, right? So 122.5 RMS value. Clear? So we have given VDC as 200 volts, right? So 200 into, so what should be the DC? It must produce 0.612 times VDC, right? So 200 multiplied by 0.612, so that gives you 122.4. So roughly you are getting here 122.5, right? So if you give MA equal to 1, the fundamental line voltage RMS value is, that is 122.5 for a VDC of 200 volts. So all these things are, you can observe, you can see that all that interharmonics and subharmonics you can see. Is clear? This is clear? Right. So one more thing, when I just consider, just reduced the, I just reduced the, means instead of that MF equal to, that must be divisible by 3 times, right? I just changed that. Okay. So now this MF, I produced, this is the MF is, I kept, that is 550H. So that is corresponding MF is 11. So that is not divisible by 3. So let us see what will happen. You can see that this is corresponding to the values. You see that this fundamental, here some interharmonics, right? So this is corresponding to 66.6667 Hz, and its corresponding value is 0.01, right? You can also have some even order harmonic, that is 0.06, and corresponding to 133.333. So that is also interharmonic. So its values correspond, that is around 0.01%, right? If you consider MF is a odd number, so the nearest odd number with the divisible by 3 is, you may consider 15. So if you consider 750, right? So if you run this again, it's completed. I'm running this again. Right. So now you can see that, so all the values will be eliminated, right? we will simulate this one. So if you want to inject some third order harmonic component, this one, right? So that must be added to the modulating signal of all phases. So here, so copy this one, right? So here it should be a third order. For example, if you want to inject the third order, right? So we need to change it. This is 50%, right? 50 hertz. So we third order harmonic frequency is 150 hertz, right? So change it to 2 pi f. So that is f now. So this is right. It's a third order harmonic, and this is the fundamental. So we need to add these two, right? So that will give to the mod that will generate the actual modulating signal. So in this case, right? So here the third order component may be 10% or 5%, and you have to make sure that once you add the third harmonic, so that must be in the limits of plus or minus 1. That must be in the modulation linear range, that is +1 to -1 range. Okay. So you need to add to all the phases, right? The same signal. So we need to add A phase, B phase, and C phase, right? That will give you, if we add the A phase modulating signal, that is a resultant modulating signal for A phase, B phase, and C phase, if we add all three, so you must get 0. So then only you have given, then only you have injected the right amount of modulating signal, and we have to make sure that, so it must be plus or it must be within the range of plus or minus 1 for the modulating signal. So generally you may insert a 10% or 5% of the original fundamental signal, means original modulating signal, right? So this is about the simulation of this bipolar unipolar techniques. Okay, I'm stopping here.